The 1980s heralded a golden age of touring car racing, specifically Group A. Unlike modern racing series, Group A mandated that race cars had to be based on production models, requiring manufacturers to produce a minimum number of road-going versions to qualify, a process known as homologation. BMW was already a formidable presence in motorsports, particularly with the 635 CSI, but a new, more agile, and technologically advanced platform was needed to combat the likes of the Mercedes-Benz 190 E2.3 to 16 Cosworth. The standard E30 series was a fine car, but its chassis and engine architecture were not optimal for the intense demands of Group A racing, particularly the Deutsche Tourenwagen Meisterschaft (DTM). The decision was made not to simply tune the existing E30, but to fundamentally redesign it, creating a separate, specialized vehicle, the M3. This M3 would not be an optional trim level, it would be a distinct, purpose-built machine, conceived first for the racetrack and then adapted for the street. The required number of road cars was set at 5,000 units for BMW to qualify for Group A, a figure the engineers initially worried they might never meet. They underestimated the public's appetite for a legend in the making. The task of creating this new racing icon fell to BMW Motorsport GmbH, or simply, M Division. Unlike the later, softer M cars, the E30 M3 was a pure, undiluted effort led by the division's ethos: racing above all else. The project was spearheaded by the legendary M Division chief, Paul Rosche, the same man responsible for the incredible Formula One turbo engine that propelled Nelson Piquet to the 1983 World Championship. Rosche understood that weight, balance, and throttle response were paramount. The standard E30's six-cylinder engine, while smooth, was too heavy and too long for the desired front-to-rear balance, pushing the mass too far forward. The decision was radical: reject the inline-six and build a bespoke four-cylinder engine. This was the first major step in establishing the E30 M3 as a unique entity, sharing only basic body panels with the standard 3 series. Every engineering choice was a performance decision, ensuring the road car was as close to the racer as regulations allowed, making the M3 a genuine piece of motorsport engineering. The engine developed for the M3 was the now iconic S14. Paul Rosche's ingenious solution was to take the celebrated M88 thirds inline six-cylinder engine from the M1 and M635 carbon monosilicide, and effectively chop off 2 cylinders. The result was a high-performance, naturally aspirated 4-cylinder unit with a highly desirable, large-bore, short-stroke design. This allowed the engine to rev higher and faster, minimizing reciprocating mass. Crucially, Rosche adapted the 4-valve per-cylinder head from the M88, grafting it onto the E30's M10 block, known for its robustness. The initial production version displaced 2.3 liters, 2,303 cc, producing a respectable 195 horsepower, non-catalyzed version, which was incredible for a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder in 1986. More important than the peak power was the throttle response and the high-revving nature. The S14 featured individual throttle bodies for each cylinder, ensuring razor-sharp response, a hallmark of all great racing engines. The sound produced by the S14 is unique, a distinctive, hard-edged, aggressive bark that is instantly recognizable to any enthusiast. Visually, the M3's most defining characteristic is its aggressive bodywork, particularly the distinctive, squared-off, box flares. These weren't styled for aesthetic appeal, but were necessitated by the need to accommodate wider wheels and tires required for track racing. However, M Division didn't stop there. Almost every body panel was modified from the standard E30. The front and rear windscreens were bonded in for increased rigidity. The rear window was sloped at a gentler angle, and the boot lid was raised and crowned with a subtle, yet crucial, black spoiler, all designed to clean up the airflow and reduce aerodynamic drag and lift. Critically, the C-pillar, the panel connecting the roof to the rear fender, was redesigned to reduce drag and improve airflow to the rear wing, a modification that required completely new body tooling. This dedication to track-driven aerodynamics is what gave the E30 M3 its muscular, purposeful stance, making it instantly recognizable and visually distinct from its standard 3 series sibling. To handle the significant increase in speed and cornering forces, M Division completely revised the chassis and suspension. While retaining the basic McPherson strut front and semi-trailing arm rear layout of the standard E30, nearly every component was strengthened or replaced. The M3 featured re-engineered control arms and unique suspension mounting points for optimized geometry under high stress. A key change was the use of 5-lug wheel hubs versus the standard E30's 4-lug setup, borrowed from the larger 5 series, to accommodate larger brakes and enhance wheel strength. The steering ratio was also made quicker for instantaneous response. The braking system was upgraded to handle repetitive high-speed stops, crucial for DTM racing. The overall structure was also made stiffer, a necessity for race handling, ensuring that the driver's inputs were translated immediately to the road. This combination of structural rigidity and finely tuned suspension geometry gave the M3 its celebrated feel of agility, balance, and precision. The E30 M3 was officially launched for racing in the 1987 season and immediately began its assault on the global touring car scene. Its compact size, exceptional power-to-weight ratio, and sublime handling proved to be a nearly unbeatable package. Its first major championship victory came in the 1987 World Touring Car Championship, WTCC, with Roberto Ravaglia. This was just the beginning. The M3 went on to dominate nearly every major touring car series globally. The car was specifically designed for the Deutsche Tourenwagen Meisterschaft, DTM, and became the undisputed benchmark. It secured numerous overall and class wins in high-profile endurance races, including the 24 Hours of Spa and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. The M3's consistency and technical reliability, combined with its outright speed, were crucial factors in its success, establishing a legacy of racing dominance few cars have ever matched. The E30 M3's greatest battlefield was the DTM, German Touring Car Championship. Here, it faced its bitterest rival, the Mercedes-Benz 190 E2.3-16 and later the Evolution models. The M3 was often seen as the more agile, better handling car, capable of maximizing corner speed. Legends like Roberto Ravaglia and Johnny Cecotto cemented their fame driving the M3, securing multiple titles for BMW. Simultaneously, the M3 found immense success in the British Touring Car Championship, BTCC, winning the overall title with Frank Sittner in 1988. This transnational success highlighted the M3's versatility and effectiveness across different track layouts and surfaces. The constant evolution of the E30 M3, spurred by the need to stay ahead of the competition, became a legendary arms race, leading to the creation of increasingly specialized and powerful versions of the road car. The constant pressure of Group A and DTM competition demanded continuous improvement, leading BMW to release homologation specials known as the Evolution models. The M3 Evolution I, 1988, offered minor aerodynamic tweaks and a slight increase in power and rev limit. The real step came with the M3 Evolution II, 1988. The displacement remained 2.3 liters, but power was significantly boosted to 220 horsepower thanks to a revised cylinder head, lighter pistons, and optimized intake and exhaust systems. Aerodynamically, the Evo 2 featured a deeper front splitter and an additional lip spoiler on the trunk lid. Crucially, weight reduction was a priority, with thinner glass, lighter bumpers, and an absence of sound-deadening material. These evolutions were direct responses to competitor updates, showing BMW's commitment to winning. For the serious enthusiast, these models represent the purest link between the road car and the actual racer. The final and most extreme homologation special was the M3 Sport Evolution, often called Evo 3, released in late 1989. This model took the concept of a road-legal racer to its peak. The engine was completely revised, with the S14's displacement bored and stroked out to 2.5 liters, 2,493 cc, raising power to a staggering 238 horsepower. Aerodynamics were further enhanced with a unique adjustable front splitter and a rear wing that could be angled to suit track conditions, a feature rarely seen on a road car at the time. Interior features, such as the bucket seats, were also specific to the Sport Evolution. Only 600 examples were built, making them highly desirable collector's items today. The Sport Evolution perfectly embodied the ethos of Group A, a car built to dominate the final years of the series, showing the absolute limit of what the E30 M3 platform could achieve. The BMW M3 was a global car, but its arrival in the United States market presented unique challenges. Due to stricter emission standards, the US spec M3 was slightly detuned compared to its European counterpart. The US version of the 2.3-liter S14 engine produced 192 horsepower, slightly less than the European non-catalyzed version, though with a catalytic converter. the European model was comparable. Furthermore, American customers never received the more extreme Evolution models, which remained highly restricted homologation specials for European racing requirements. Despite this slight power deficit, the E30 M3 was still revered by American enthusiasts for its sublime handling and racing pedigree. It stood apart from the typical American muscle car offerings, establishing a new benchmark for what a high-performance compact sedan should be: precise, communicative, and balanced. Its relative rarity in the US market has only fueled its legendary status and collector value today. What truly sets the E30 M3 apart from its rivals and its successors is the sheer purity of the driving experience. The car is analog, raw, and communicative. The manual gearbox, a close ratio getrag unit, features a distinctive dogleg first gear, where first gear is down and to the left, and second is straight back, optimizing the 2-to-3 shift for racing, a clear indicator of its track intentions. The steering is unassisted, or lightly assisted, providing unparalleled feedback from the road. The lightweight chassis and nearly perfect 50-50 weight distribution make the car incredibly agile and predictable at the limit. It is not about brute force, but about momentum and precision. The high-revving S14 engine rewards the driver for working the gearbox and keeping the engine on the boil. For those who value driver involvement, the E30 M3 remains the gold standard, a mechanical extension of the driver's will. While the M3 E30 is primarily known for its circuit racing success, it also ventured into the world of rallying, particularly on tarmac events. BMW homologate the M3 for Group A rallying, and while it couldn't compete with the four-wheel drive turbo monsters in the mud or gravel, it excelled on dry, asphalt-based rallies. The car's excellent chassis balance and the high-revving nature of the S14 engine made it a formidable weapon on smooth, technical roads. Driven by privateers and semi-works teams, the M3 secured several notable victories and class wins in European championships, proving the robustness and versatility of the underlying engineering. This relative success in an entirely different motorsport discipline further solidified the M3's reputation as a fundamentally brilliant piece of German engineering, adaptable to various competitive environments. Beyond the racetrack, the E30 M3 has cemented its place in popular culture, often appearing as the quintessential 80s and 90s performance machine. It frequently features in period films, television shows, and, crucially, in racing and driving video games. Its distinctive look, particularly the aggressive box flares, makes it instantly recognizable. For an entire generation of enthusiasts, the E30 M3 was the aspirational sports car, a symbol of precise European engineering and racing heritage. This cultural status has fueled its desirability and contributes significantly to its current collector status, making it a dream car for many who grew up watching it dominate the track or appear in their favorite media. No discussion of the E30 M3 is complete without mentioning its eternal rival, the Mercedes-Benz 190 E2.3-16 Cosworth, and its subsequent Evo models. This rivalry was the defining battle of 1980s touring car racing. The Mercedes was arguably the slightly more refined road car, featuring an engine developed with the legendary Cosworth. However, in the racing environment, the M3 often had the edge in agility and handling. The M3 was lighter and, arguably, more specialized from the outset. The relentless pursuit of performance by both manufacturers resulted in the most exciting and technically advanced touring car racing era. Today, both cars stand as legends, but the M3, with its dominant win record and uncompromisingly race-focused design, is often viewed as the ultimate expression of the homologation special ethos. Today, the BMW M3 E30 is one of the most sought-after collector cars of the modern era. Its prices have appreciated dramatically, fueled by its historical significance, racing pedigree, and the raw, analog driving experience it offers. Original, low-mileage examples, and particularly the rare Evolution models, Evo 2 and Sport Evolution, command six-figure sums, reflecting their status as automotive royalty. The M3 is no longer just a classic car, it is a cultural icon and a blue-chip investment. The demand for an unadulterated, naturally aspirated, rear-wheel drive machine built purely for speed ensures that the E30 M3's value and cult status will continue to soar for decades to come. The E30 M3's production run ended in 1991, but its influence is immeasurable. It didn't just win races, it established the M3 brand identity, a compact, high-performance coupe with a unique engine and track-focused chassis. Every M3 that followed, from the E36 to the modern G80, carries the burden and the glory of the E30's legacy. It proved that a specialized, homologate performance car could be commercially successful and profoundly influential. The first M3 was a product of necessity, a technological solution to a racing problem, and in that uncompromising approach lies its enduring greatness. It is, quite simply, the benchmark against which all subsequent sport coupes are measured. The ultimate driving machine.